Hey friends, welcome back to my channel, Diamonds and Washi. My name is Katie. Today I am back with another weekly WIP and Chat. So if you're new, first off, welcome. I'm so glad that you're here and hope that you enjoy this video. If you do, please consider subscribing. I'd love to have you here as part of my diamond painting community. If you are back, I'm also delighted to see you here and hope that you are doing very, very well. WIP stands for work in progress, which means I'm going to be working on a diamond painting as always. And chat just means that I am going to talk your ear off for the next hour or so, just catching up on all things diamond painting, life, the holidays, all that good stuff. So feel free to pull out a project and settle in, get comfy, and we'll hang out for the next hour or so. So as far as what I'm going to be working on and with today, I am still working on the kit that I was kitting up with you guys last week that's called Love is Blind. Let me find the picture. It's this really adorable kit from Diamond Art Club and Maryline Cazenave, and it's too dang cute. So I've been slowly working my way around the edges. I have just this corner left to do, and then the middle sections. We're going to do this little corner with these ornaments today. See how cute it turns out. This is unfortunately discontinued. Diamond Art Club does have a lot of artwork still available by this artist, a lot of it with really similar vibes. So you could still check out what is available from this artist in the shop. If you're really in love with this particular artwork, I'd suggest checking out some destash groups on Facebook or even third-party sites like Poshmark, Mercari, eBay, that kind of thing. But this was a Christmas in July release, I think 2 years ago, like 2023. So rainy day stash kit for me, actually, and I'm excited to be getting to it. Just the golden retriever in this one reminds me so strongly of the golden that we had when I was growing up. So that's a lot of what's in my rainy day stash. Most of it is there because it's sentimental to me, because I'm one of the most sentimental, attached to little things people out there. And this is one of them. So I also, as far as accessories go, we're going to be kind of keeping on theme with all the wintry Christmassy things. This is a pen from BFF Diamond Painting Pens that I got several years back. I'll link to their shop. I don't know that they necessarily have any of this blank still available, or if they do, I don't remember if they do customs. It's been a minute since I've checked out their shop, but they make nice pens. And then I have Not Your Mama's Mud is the name of the product. It's in the scent Tinseltown. And this is from, the shop name is Whimsical Daisies. That'll be linked below too. Their restock times seem to be, as far as I know, kind of random. But this is what I'm going to be using in my single placer. This tray is from Munimade and was a Christmas tray that she did a couple years back. And I think it's really fun with the red and the green. And then I'm going to be opening up, I just haven't gotten around to doing a small shop haul recently, but I specifically picked up some seasonal putties from Randa's Crafty Corner, and I want to use one of them today because I see myself doing a small shop haul in January, but there's definitely some holiday scents in here, and I want to use one. So I'm going to just pull one out and see if it's one of my seasonal ones that I picked out, then we'll just go with it. If not, we'll put it back in and pick a different one. Sample size. Oh, they sent a free sample? Okay, that was very sweet. And let's try a different one. It's like strawberry pound cake. It's not seasonal to me. Mulled wine. That'll work. What are the other ones I even got? I don't even remember. I'm going to look anyway. Winter mint, avalanche. I don't remember ordering avalanche. And then black fig and honey. I legitimately don't remember ordering oh, wait, maybe I did. And black fig and honey. I'm going to go with the mulled wine, I think. Or the winter mint. Maybe the winter mint. Anyway. I don't remember what the scent profile was on Avalanche, but I must have gone and looked at it on their Instagram or something, because I don't tend to buy scents that I don't otherwise, like I wouldn't know what Avalanche is unless I went and looked it up. So I bet that I did. Anyway, Randa's Crafty Corner is a putty you see me using a lot. It tends to be the most climate proof of most of the putties that I work with, where it tends to work well for me in any weather, temperature, humidity. It's a little bit less fussy, so yes, love it. I'm just going to empty out. This putty badly needs replaced anyway, so this is just as well. So I'm going to get situated and set up here, and then we can get started. So yeah, this literally, it smells like smells like an Altoid. I think winter mint. I love it. That's a nice big block of putty too. Okay, let me grab a flat surface out of frame real quick. That almost seems bigger than I remember. I'm usually doing it's point. Oh, did that go up? I feel like it used to be 0.2 ounces and it says now 0.3. I am really out of the loop. I used to feel like I was really in the loop on a lot of things that were happening with various small shops and what they were up to and updates they were making. Generally speaking, I just used to be more active on Instagram, and it's been about a year now, a bit over a year, that I really have fallen off spending any real amount of time on Instagram. It's been recently I've been dipping my toes back into it, but the algorithm doesn't know what to do with me, because most of what I was doing on Instagram for a while was just clicking on links that people would send me, like reels or posts. And so it would be stuff like, look at this cute K-pop Demon Hunters fan art, or look at this cute cross-stitch kit. So I'm seeing very little of the diamond painting shops that I follow in my main feed. And so I need to go in and like spend some time trying to fix it up, going and visiting and engaging with like diamond painting content to get the algorithm to start feeding me that again. So it's that, and I would like to start posting more frequently again. So maybe in the new year, I'll make it a New Year's resolution. Do you guys do New Year's resolutions? Typically, I hesitate to do New Year's resolutions because I feel like it's a potential recipe for like disappointment and failure. But I don't know. I liked how I did this year with diamond painting. I came up with some goals for myself, and I just really lightly outlined some kits that I might want to try to work on this year. That did not stress me out because I didn't feel like it was something I was really strictly beholden to. It was more just it's more like guidelines anyway, kind of situation. And I guess you could argue that that kind of thing is technically a sort of New Year's resolution. So I wonder if I can take a similar approach to posting on Instagram more frequently. I don't know. So anyway, hi. How are you doing today? I hope that you are doing very well and that the holiday season has not been overly stressful for you. It's a very, very busy season for a lot of us, and that can often translate into a lot of stress, a lot of being sort of outside of your usual routine, which in and of itself can be stressful, especially if you happen to be neurospicy, neurodivergent, and even if you're not, like just having different kind of routine and stuff that you have to get done, it can shake things up a little bit. So no matter what your situation is, I hope that you have been able to find some time for self-care, some time to enjoy the holiday season, and also just want to mention that I know for some of you that the holiday season can be painful or difficult for any number of reasons, and often you don't necessarily feel seen and acknowledged in that. And so I just wanted to let you know that I'm thinking of you as well, for those of you that the holiday season is not all just joyous moments. I'm thinking of you and wishing you the very, very best, and hoping that, you could just take it a moment a day at a time, and that the holiday season goes as well as it can for you too. But it has been very, very nonstop over here. I briefly did consider taking this week off from doing a WIP and Chat, and then ultimately decided that no, I do want to try to see if I can make it work. Part of it was because my schedule feels very full, even though I've been working hard to get ahead on recording videos for when I'm out of town. I sat down and made a list, made a calendar to map out these are the videos that I want to have go up on each of these specific days. And then kind of made a plan for here's when I want to film these different things. And I was doing really well and was actually kind of ahead of the game for a bit. And then just a couple of wrenches got thrown in the mix, as tends to happen and is what it is. But now I don't know, I was kind of looking at my next few nights. I just really have a couple of nights ahead that I can see myself doing filming and whatnot before we leave town. And so I just briefly thought like maybe I should take this week off from a WIP and Chat. I thought, you know what? I would really like to make it work if I can. I'm going to have a Christmas premiere going up this year like I have in past years. And if you're not sure what I mean when I mention Christmas premiere, just to give you a really quick explanation and snapshot of what it is basically all throughout Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, and Boxing Day. Each hour, there's going to be a different diamond painting YouTube creator that's going to have a video that is premiering. Now, premieres are like this hybrid of a live video and a pre-recorded video, like a traditional pre-recorded video. Basically, the video itself is completely pre-recorded, but at the time that you schedule it to actually go up, it airs like a live stream starting at the beginning of that hour. And the best part about it is that there's a live chat that's going at the same time that that video is premiering. And you get to chat with and interact with people. And the idea, oh no, I almost dropped my pen on the ground. Oh, caught it in my lap. It just barely saved it. Thick thighs save lives, and also your pens. But the idea with the Christmas premieres is that at any given time over these holiday days themselves, Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, Boxing Day, that if you log on at any given time, someone is going to be live, and there are going to be people in that live stream that you can talk with or just have on in the background so you feel a little bit less alone. So I am participating again this year. It's my 5th year, I think. And I'm actually going to sit down and record that video after I wrap up this one. Again, life throwing some wrenches in the mix. I haven't gotten it filmed just yet. And I will be quickly taking care of that and having it sent over to the fabulous coordinator, Crashly, as soon as I get it uploaded. So I'm going to sit down and talk, I think, about just some kind of reflective things related to diamond painting this year, some of my favorites and whatnot. And also I was going to bring Adam in to join me and talk about, I have this idea of talking about some just different general favorite Christmassy things. Because we were talking about Christmas movies a lot last night in my monthly live stream for Patreon and YouTube memberships. And we had just so much fun talking with everyone about various Christmas movies and whatnot. So I was kind of jumping off from that and thinking, oh, we could talk about favorite Christmas movies, favorite Christmas music, favorite Christmas cookies and drinks and whatnot. Just thought it'd be kind of fun. So that's what I'm thinking for my Christmas premiere video. And I believe the playlist is up at this point, ? So I will try to grab that and have it linked so that if you want to be able to find it and reference it, you will be able to. So I will do my best to be in the live chat for mine when it goes up. Mine is airing on Christmas Day, so it will just depend a little bit on what my family is up to at that, given moment. So we will see. It's a little bit of a question mark because we will be out of town, like I said. I'll talk more about that in a little bit. But yes, I'm going to do my level best. As far as how am I feeling about this kit? For the most part, I'm really enjoying it. But this, having come out in 2023, is definitely one of the round drill kits from Diamond Art Club that had a slightly looser drill field, and so the rounds are a little bit gappy. I think DAC's official stance is that they said that they hadn't made any necessarily deliberate changes, but I think some people maybe have even busted out rulers and whatnot to check, and they're like, well, it takes a different size ruler with the kits that have come out as the past year or something. I don't remember when. There's a gal in the Diamond Art Club VIP group that has dates and guesses for kits that came out after this date seem to have these, drills and this kind of feature. So I don't remember off the top of my head. I think it's been around a year. But this one, the gapping comes into play when I'm trying to multi-place. If I try to multi-place more than 6 or 7 drills at a time, usually what happens is those first 6 or 7, I can't believe I just said that. Any parents of young kids that have been subjected to the 6-7 for craze, I apologize. It wasn't deliberate. But if I try to multi-place much more than that, those first 6 or 7 diamonds tend to line up nicely. And then after that, it's like they're too crunched together. And so I'm like trying to like stretch, nudge them and stuff. And even still, there's a bit of gapping that you can really see in some of these bigger color blocked areas. So I don't know, but it's not ruining my enjoyment of the kit by any stretch. I still think this kit is really cute. It's so funny. I wouldn't really consider myself to be a huge Maryline Cazenave fan, but I've certainly worked on more than one kit from her over the years. I think because she makes these nicely sized kits at Diamond Art Club, like they all tend to be this nice small size point. I have to fix all these. And she also has a lot of seasonal animals. And so it's just really easy to, when I want a small kit to work on or when I'm looking for a seasonal kit to work on, to reach for one of hers. They're also less expensive because they're smaller. So, but just for the sheer number of them I've worked on, you would think I'm like a huge fan, but I'm like, I wouldn't even call her like a favorite artist. It's just, I don't know. Her kits are good ones to get to the free shipping threshold as well, I guess. I don't know. But anyway, this one's really cute. I think it's the second one I've worked on this year. I did one in the fall as well. My plans for kits for the rest of the year, I will probably finish this one. My guess is tonight, because I'm probably going to do this section during the WIP and Chat, and my guess is we'll get close to finishing it before the end of this video. If not finished, I'm kind of trying not to speed through it, because then when I do my Christmas premiere filming after this, I'll be starting on the last section in the middle, and I'm guessing we'll get decently far through that one. And I'm not 100% sure if I'm going to go ahead and kit up another painting, because we really only have a couple of days before we're going to be flying out. But I have the Monsters Inc. kit from Diamond Art Club, and it was a Joann's exclusive last year. R.I.P. Joann's. And I also was planning on taking the Disney Princess Christmas ornament mini dazzles with me to Ohio. So I might take both and just kind of see. I don't know how much diamond painting I'm going to do while I'm there. But you know, my mom, she's a diamond painter too, and so I'm sure we'll sit and craft at least some of the time. So I'm of two minds. We'll kind of see how it goes. I am taking my recording arm with me and stuff to Ohio, because I'm going to have at least one video to film while I'm there. And I also have a couple of videos that are a little bit in the works that I might insert clips for, like my year in review video, and possibly have up while I'm out of town, but we'll see. But my actual kit situation is a question mark. So we'll see. But yes, that's kind of my thoughts on kits for the end of the year. I've continued to be really, really happy with the fact that I focused on working on smaller kits here at the end of the year. With everything that the holiday season has thrown at me, it's just felt like very low pressure to only have these smaller kits going. And it's like I can reach for them when I'm in the mood to and when I want to, but it's not like a shoot, I need to finish this quick before we leave town or anything like that. Just feels very chill. And that's the kind of energy that I'm all about right now. So, yeah, I know I feel like I've talked about that particular concept a lot lately, but I just feel that it's made that much of a difference that I can't help but bring it up, and highly suggest the same if you get stressed out easily like I do. I really enjoyed putting together and putting up a video over the weekend, this past weekend, about how did I do with my 2025 goals? How did it go? In preparation for that, I sat down and watched my original video from January of this year, where I had sat down and I'd written down I'd figured out 20 kits that I wanted to include. I figured out what I wanted my 5 goals to be, and then just sat down and talked with you guys about it. What was fun about that was that was it wasn't the first, but it was one of the first of many like face videos where you saw my face and not just overhead with my hands that I did this year. That's something that I really it started with my year in a review video. So I really kicked off this year with like, let's try showing my face and see how it goes kind of thing. And I feel like I've just continued to feel more and more comfortable with it as time has gone on, and kind of found a bit of my groove with it. Of course, I feel like I still have a long way to go, but I just have to say that I appreciate so much how kind and receptive everyone that's left comments has been. One of my biggest fears was starting to do videos where it's like I'm talking to you, like, and you're seeing my face and not just my hands, is just, I don't know, that self-consciousness of it. It's like I didn't really want to give, but people that don't care for me or didn't care for my content or just trolls or whatever, I didn't want to give them something else to talk about or to like be cruel about. It was like, if I start having people comment on my appearance, like that'd be really difficult to navigate, honestly. And it just felt like there was a level of vulnerability to it and putting myself out there in a way that like I hadn't done with much regularity. It wasn't like it was the first face video I'd ever done on my channel, but I don't know, it was different. And so I've just been relieved, and I shouldn't be surprised. But still, I was happy to see that, like, that wasn't ever something that happened this year anyway. Knock on wood, it's not going to be a thing that does happen. But anyway, point being, I went back and rewatched that video. I was also, before I had realized just how fast I had started really talking in my videos for a good period of time there, where I think I was just listening to so many audiobooks and watching other YouTube videos at 2 times speed that I had sort of internalized that kind of talking speed for videos. And even as I was watching back that video, I just thought, oh my gosh, I'm talking so fast. Slow down, Katie, and take a breath. But yeah, then I did a rewatch of my mid-year check-in video where I talked about the kits that I had worked on so far and what I was thinking for the second half of the year, just because I wanted to refresh my memory. It was like, how was I feeling halfway through the year? What was I thinking at that point? And how was I looking ahead to the second half of the year? And now at the other end of the second half of the year, looking at things and going, okay, this is how I'm feeling about how I've done. And, you know, it was very bittersweet in a way, because I had that video edited and scheduled to go up on, it was all ready to go as of, I think, Thursday night. And like one of the kits that I talked about in that video, that I was like, oh, I'm bummed I didn't get to this one this year, but I'm excited to get to it next year because I really love what this company has to offer. And as far as diamond painting kits goes, they were one of my favorite diamond paintings that I worked on last year, and I'm bummed I didn't get to one of their kits this year. And I had recorded that before Enabler's Outpost announcement went up saying that they were closing up shop, and my heart just sank. And I just I'm so sad that they're I guess going to keep making diamond painting pens, but I was just really sorry to hear that they were going to be stopping the diamond painting side of things. And yeah, I felt really sad, and I felt, you know, there's always like almost a bit of guilt on my part, where I feel like, shoot, like I should have tried to do more. And I mean, in a lot of ways, I feel like I've been trying to spotlight a lot of small shops on my channel as best as I can, balancing that with trying to work on kits that are really like calling my name and bringing me lots of joy. Like, it's a difficult line to walk, and I don't know. I'm not trying to center myself in it. It's more of just I'm trying to do what I can, and always feeling like I could be doing more and doing better. But really the primary feeling I'm having is just sadness that it's like, man, there have been a lot of small shops that have had to close their doors this year. And I just, I don't know. I really, really hope that there are some brighter days ahead. And I'm just wishing them all the very, 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 very best. And I'll just keep doing what I can. And again, just sort of feeling like I'm trying to balance all the things just right as much as I can for and do my part. But yeah, so I felt bad then, because in that video it was like I mentioned that it's like, well, I'm still going to work on the kits that I have from them. But yeah, it's bitter. It'll feel very bittersweet for sure. So, but that video in general, the one where I actually did this, sit down and look back, okay, here are the kits that I did complete from my list of 20. Here's how I felt I did on the goals that I had set for myself. And I feel like it wasn't half bad. It wasn't half bad, especially for my first year trying something like this, trying out what's it like to try to map out some potential kits to work on this year. What's it like to go ahead and write out some goals instead of just sort of letting it be nebulous and following my nose. And I do think I'm going to do something similar for 2026, because I don't know. I liked how it sort of helped me focus in a lot of ways. And I do think that it helped with me working on a wider variety of shops this year. So I think I'm going to keep it. But if you guys have specific different things you might be interested in me doing or how I approach it, I'm completely open. Feel free to let me know. And I'm happy to sort of think on it and see what I think too. But yes, so that video is up. I hope that you guys enjoyed it if you haven't watched it already. And I'm thinking ahead to videos I'm going to have go up between now and the end of the year. I've pretty much mapped it all out. It's just going to be a little bit a matter of, do I get everything filmed that I want to? There's a solid chance my year in review video is actually going to go up a few days before the end of the year. Something I'm really thinking about just trying out this year. I've never really done it this way before, but I might just try it this year. But I would be basically including numbers as though this is what I'm projecting to finish before the end of the year. I'm projecting that I'm going to finish these other kits, and I'll go ahead and include them in my sort of overall stats for the year. And that a little tiny bit does make my skin crawl because I'm like, but I didn't actually do it yet. But I kind of want to try having my year in review go up at a different time this year. So it always has gone up after the first of the year. But it's a wild hair. I want to mix it up. So, but I haven't filmed it yet. And I would need to film it before I go out of town. So I'm going to sit down and see if I can do that tomorrow evening. We'll see how that goes. We'll have to wait and see how that goes. I really don't want to finish this section before the end of this video, so I might start single placing so I don't run out of diamonds to blaze. And just stretch this out as long as possible, because I looked at the clock just now and went, we're not even technically, we're just almost at the halfway point. And I think we're halfway done with this section, so don't mind me. What else? Oh, I filmed my mystery box, part 1 of my mystery box video unboxing, and I'm so relieved to be able to report that I did get the Marigo Nosuli in my box. So that video, I think, is going to go up sometime between now and the end of the year, but it's possible it's going to get bumped to after January 1st. We'll see. But that was just such an incredible relief, and thank you. There were more than one of you that actually contacted me and said, hey, if you don't get it and I get it in my box, it's not my taste, I will destash it to you. That's really, really sweet of you, and I thank you so much. I would love if you wanted to turn around and extend that kindness to someone else, because I know there's a number of people that are I know of a couple in particular that are really looking for that kit. So if if you are looking to destash it to someone that I know is not going to flip it and genuinely wants it for themselves, feel free to contact me and I can put you in touch. Again, this is like not reseller prices level, but just if you're looking to destash it, more like retail kind of situation. But feel free to let me know and I can put you in touch. But yes, that was a big relief. And seriously though, the whiplash that mystery boxes give me is something else. But I did film that video. It's going to be part 1 of a double mystery box video where the first part is going to be the second Cyber Monday box, and the second part is going to be the box that released that following weekend as part of a normal weekend release. It was, I think, mystery box number 16, and the 2 kits that came in that box were the same kits for everybody. So I already know what they are, but I haven't actually filmed unboxing mine yet, so need to try to do that too. And I just add that to the list of stuff I'm trying to knock out before we leave town. That's on the list for tomorrow night. And yes, so that's my plan. And then what else? I think that's it as far as like diamond painting and YouTube updates. Christmassy things. There have been so many fun Christmassy happenings here. I thought I would just fill you in on some of the fun we've been up to. So starting with last week, on Monday, so after my WIP and Chat had gone up for that week, we took the kids to get to go and visit Santa. It went so incredibly well. He was really sweet. There was no line. There were a couple of kids that were finishing up ahead of us. And it was very just low key, and we got to take some cute pictures. The kids got to let Santa know a couple of things that were on their Christmas lists, and Santa told some funny stories and jokes. The kids were both super enamored and loving it. And it was actually outside of someone's house, and their house was just decked out like as much as you've ever seen. And they had it synced up with one of those like radio station soundtracks that loops like the same music or whatever. And it was a really fun setup. So we got to do that. And the kids, like I said, were really excited and loved it. And afterward, Adam had said, you know, we're out, we have this evening, and why don't we try going up to this area where they're known to have some really cool Christmas lights display that you can just drive through. And he mentioned the neighborhood, and I said, oh, I've heard about this neighborhood in terms of the Christmas lights, and I remember driving near this area, like on my way to go somewhere else before, and my worry is just that it's going to be a parking lot, that it's going to be jam-packed, and that we're not even going to be able to get anywhere, that because the line always backs up like into the street, and then the cars are barely moving through the neighborhood even. I was just afraid we were going to get stuck in a gridlock. And so then he was like, well, like maybe we could just go drive in that general direction, and if we see what looks like a ton of traffic, we'll just turn around and then we'll just drive around some other low-key neighborhoods that will have also wonderful Christmas lights, just maybe not this like whole extravaganza. Like it's like this neighborhood all got together and was like, we are gonna go all the way out on our Christmas decoration situation. So as it turned out, maybe because it was a little bit further ahead of Christmas itself, like this was last Monday, it was not crazy at all. I mean, it was dark and it was like 7:00. I just would have expected it to be busier, but it wasn't. We drove around for 20-30 minutes and looked at some really cool, really, really over the top in a great way light displays. And then the kids were kind of over it, but at that point, but I don't know, we had a lot of fun. Just one of those ways that we were trying to do a little bit more with some fun family Christmas stuff this year. And we put on Christmas music, and the kids kept putting in requests. Micah wanted to listen to Jingle Bells on loop. We also, Connor heard the song Grandma Got Run Over by a Reindeer for the first time and just was having a full-on giggle fit in the back seat. Like, he thought it was the most hilarious song ever. And his reaction was incredible. It was so funny. And then both kids wanted to hear like Feliz Navidad, and then we were looping through some other songs too. But it was just, it was giving me all the warm fuzzies. I was like, look, my anxious, depressed little butt this year needed that dose of like, we went to go see Santa and had a great experience. We went and looked at Christmas lights and listened to Christmas music and just had a nice time with our kids. So it was just that like nice little shot of dopamine. It was really nice. And then tonight we actually went to there's this really big Christmas lights. I don't know what exactly they call it. It's like a Christmas lights boat parade down in Newport Beach, like by the island, or the, what do they call it? Like the Cove. And Adam's sister had a particular spot. She's like, it's not this crazy to find parking here, and it's by like where the parade begins, and so like once it ends we can get out of there pretty quickly, because we ended up sitting in a ton of traffic getting down there tonight. But it was just a quiet little nook. We got to watch the boat parade. Went for like half an hour, 40 minutes. Connor was not into it, like, at all. I think he was just kind of in a grumpy mood tonight, which is fair. Like, he's allowed to have grumpy evenings or not be into a thing. But Micah was really enamored with it, and there were some boats, like boat displays that Connor was, I got him to be a little bit more into and amused by. There was one that was, like, playing Backstreet's Back, and I was like, what? This is not a Christmas song, but I'm not mad about it either. So we did that this evening, and this was kind of our Christmas celebration with Adam's sister and her kids, and we just had the kids exchange gifts this year and kept it really low key. We're gonna see Adam's parents on Tuesday and do a little Christmas celebration with them. Again, just trying to keep it very, very low key, just family time. And we're going to drive down to their place for that. And we'll also take Scout with us, our puppy, because they're going to watch Scout while we're out of town. This year, we're leaving Skip at home, and I just asked one of my neighbors if she could come by and feed him and check on him once a day. And because last year we took Skip down, we didn't have Scout last year. Scout's our dog, Skip's our cat. I know. we have a type as far as names, I guess. But we didn't have Scout yet. We just had Skip, and we thought, well, we think he would be happier if he were around people. And we knew Adam's parents didn't necessarily want to come up and stay at our place for a week. So we took Skip down to their place. Well, Skip mostly just hid under their bed for a few days. Eventually got comfortable enough to make his way out, and it took him that long to warm up, and we just thought, you know what, we really think he just would have been happier at home. Now, last year we had really racked our brains on it, gone back and forth on, do we want to leave him at home or do we want to take him to Adam's parents because we think he'd be happier? We really thought we had made the right call, but just in retrospect, we think it would have been better to leave him at home. So we're going to try this year. And if worst came to worst, Adam's parents have our keys. If my neighbor tells me that he seems stressed or unhappy or anything at all, we'll just call Adam's parents to come up and get him, I don't know how well that would go, but we're going to give it a try and see if he's a little bit happier this way. But we're going to take Scout down with us on Tuesday. Going to pack up a whole little doggy go bag with all of his stuff. Scout loves Adam's parents and is going to be perfectly content to stay at their place for the week that we're gone. And honestly, like they're very much dog people as well. And there's part of me that thinks that at some point they might get a dog again. They haven't had one. Their last one had passed away a few years back before they moved to California. So, but I don't know. So I feel like this will at least be a nice, like, dose of doggy dopamine for them. Maybe it'll be like a little bit of a trial run for like, do they want to get a dog again? I don't know. But I'm really thankful they're able to take him while we're going to be gone. Scout's he's going to be so excited. So hopefully that's all going to go really smoothly. And we're looking forward to getting some time, like a little bit of Christmas time with them before we head out. And then on Christmas Eve, we are traveling back to Ohio. My parents are flying us back for Christmas, and we're going to do a week there. And I know I've mentioned, but just in case, in case you haven't, I don't expect you to watch all my videos, so that's why I often will repeat myself. Also, if you're like me and super forgetful, but it's going to be unless something really radically changes, my parents' last Christmas in my childhood home. And so lots of emotions, lots of feelings surrounding that. And I wanted to go back one last time. So this might be very likely going to be like my last time even seeing my childhood home. I don't want to think about it. I really don't want to think about it. But my parents are retired. They're ready to downsize and potentially, move closer to like their family. So we'll see what ends up happening. And I just know they're planning to sell in the spring and summer. So we're flying back. And we've let Santa know where we're going to be on Christmas morning. And I know it's a gamble to fly on Christmas Eve, but we're making sure we're not connecting through Chicago. We know to avoid those airports around the holidays, and hopefully all goes super smoothly. So any good vibes you have to send our way for travel, I would be incredibly appreciative. So we will be there for a week. I'll still, I'll have my computer. I almost dropped my pen again. I'm such a butterfingers tonight. I have my diamond painting stuff. I'm still going to be putting up videos and whatnot. I'm taking my recording arm. Maybe my mom and I will try to film a WIP and Chat together. We'll just have to see how it goes. But I love diamond painting with her and bringing her on to chat and stuff. So keep an eye out for that. Either way, I'll have videos going up while I'm gone, like I said. And we have some different ideas for some things that I think we're going to try to do. There's like the zoo lights. It will depend on just how cold it is. It's a little bit of a toss up because if it's too cold, then it's like the animals aren't even going to be out, and we're just going to be so cold that we're not going to want to be walking around, even to look at the Christmas lights at the zoo. But there's other fun stuff, like there's Kosai. I guess there's a new like Lego thing there. So my parents were like, we'll make us part of the Christmas gifts for the family, and they're absolutely amazing for doing all that for us. Looking forward to making lots of fun memories with them. I'm hoping that we might be lucky enough to get some snow, but not on our travel days, not on our flying days. But if we were lucky enough to get some snow, my kids would be so happy, because we live in Southern California. There's not snow here unless you travel to find it, or there's fake snow like they will sometimes do at Winterfest, but that's so expensive, we never go. But we've driven up to like Big Bear before to visit the snow, but that was a whole ordeal to do that the one year that we did it. So really, I'm just hoping that maybe this year Ohio could give us just a little bit, just a dusting, nothing crazy, just a little dusting of snow would be perfect. Just a little bit, just for the novelty for my kids. So, and honestly for me too, like I'm the weirdo that I've lived in California away from Ohio long enough that I miss the snow. And I know all of you that live in it are like, you're crazy. Stop. I don't want snow. But I can't help it, you guys. I miss it. We also had the kids last week of school before their Christmas break. They're now on Christmas break, which is, of course, wonderful. They're loving it. But it was a little bit of a rocky transition. Poor Connor, bless his sweet, sensitive heart. I say with absolutely all the earnestness in the world. But he just was feeling a lot of big feelings when he got out of school that last day. He's been the kid that's been counting down the days and excited to be on Christmas break. When he finally, like, it was time and he was walking out for me to, pick him up to walk home, he just started crying. And I was like, buddy, what's wrong? Well, like, what's going on? And he said, I'm really sad. I'm not going to see my friends for 2 weeks. And my heart was just like, oh, my sweet, 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 sweet little guy. So we talked about it. And I think he also, there's been a lot of upheaval in terms of routine and structure. Like the week before Christmas break, like they're having class party and watching movies, and it's less of kind of the usual structure that they're used to. And so I think it was just a lot. I think it was overwhelming. And that's okay. So we walked home. It was like, it's okay. It's okay to be sad. It's okay to miss your friends and everything. And just talked about, I bet that you're feeling kind of overwhelmed with everything going on. And he said, yeah. So I was like, well, we're going to get home, give Dad like a really big hug because he's at home excited to see you guys. We'll get a little bite to eat because I know like it's been a different schedule at school and you haven't necessarily, like if they do class party type stuff, it might not be food that he eats, or he might have just been so busy and having so much fun he didn't eat his lunch necessarily. So it's like maybe your blood sugar is a little low, any number of things that can just throw you off, make you feel not quite like yourself. So basically just practicing some self-care when we got home, and he's been in better spirits since then, and now he's excited thinking about going to Ohio. And then Micah, I actually got to go to his class party since his class is much smaller. Connor's is bigger. It's not really something they can be like, okay, 30 students. Yes, go ahead and bring your parents into this, not huge classroom. Like that's not really a thing they can do. Micah's class, though, is much smaller, and so all the parents were invited. So I got to go, and it was so much fun. Micah was very, very sweet and excited to do these different activities with me, and getting to see him just in that environment and the absolute care and warmth that the teachers and aides in his class give him never fails to make my heart just so full. And especially, like, I can't help but mention this every time, but it's because I appreciate it so much more now, because we, for 2.5 months, lived in this space of trying out a different program at a different school that went so poorly that I just, not that I took them for granted before, but I appreciate every single bit of his teacher and his aides and the school in general, even more than I did before. So, if you're wanting more details on that, if you're newer to my channel, it would be back in like March and April that this really was coming up and I was talking about it. It's probably in one of the like WIP and Chat titles, because there was at one point where I just unpacked all of it and was like, and we're moving back to the other school. We're going to be tackling everything in a different way at this point, because this is just an absolute disaster. So yeah, no, he's very, very happy, very, very at home in the school and program that he is now, and is thriving in amazing ways. So just all in general, there have been a lot of really, really wonderful bright spots in the midst of, some difficult times for me. I had a doctor's appointment for just like a med check-in kind of situation on, was that Thursday? And just as part of that, they do the usual vitals, which include things like, weight, heartbeat, blood pressure, and heart rate. And I noticed that they put the little like heart rate thing on my finger, and she was leaving it on there for a while, longer than usual. And she was like, I was like, all good. She's like, your heart rate's kind of high. And then she was taking my blood pressure after that. And like those numbers were really a bit off from my usual. And she was like, okay, so are you like, first, like, have you been drinking enough water? And also, like, are you good? Basically. And I just said, I just am having a really poor day in terms of my anxiety. And no, I haven't been drinking enough water, but I felt the anxiousness and felt like that sense of, I just feel very on edge and feel, I don't know, like even the grounding exercise and different things that I'm trying, it just feels like it's not totally working the way that I would like it to be working. And there was a little bit of validation in seeing that, like, manifesting in like a readable way in my vitals. Like, oh, it's not just like in my head, like this is actually something that my body is experiencing. Yeah. And, you know, I just, after I was done there, I was like, I'm just going to go home and try to do things to rest, take care of myself. So that was just, I don't know, that was just a moment where it was, again, like kind of validating, but also kind of like, okay, no, I really need to try to keep talking about this in therapy and try to keep working on it. But hopefully, I'm hoping that actually flying back to Ohio and everything with that is going to feel more restful and feel relaxing and not be totally anxiety laden. I really am looking forward to going. And in some ways, I know a lot of my anxiety has to do with my to-do list leading up to us going. Like, I still have a lot that I need to get done before we go, and very, very little time to do it. So I'm sure that that's part of it. But once we're there, it's like, then we're there. There's no more Christmas shopping to do. There's no more, stuff to get done before we leave because we're there, kind of thing. So that's why I'm cautiously optimistic that actually being there is going to be more restful than the past couple of weeks have been. So, yeah, holiday season can be kind of rough, but one day at a time. We just keep doing the best we can. What else? Oh, thank you for all the kind words and support last week when I was sharing about just some of the happy and exciting things going on with the kiddos. It was really fun to get to just share some of that excitement. And I don't know, I feel like so much of these WIP and Chats is, of course, talking a lot about my diamond painting stuff and what I'm thinking about videos and whatnot, but I feel like, it tends to be equal parts that and just life and family stuff. And so in a lot of ways, it's just, I feel like I want to keep you guys up to date on the kids a bit because that's just part of how we catch up. And it was fun to get to share about those achievements and milestones and whatnot. So thank you for always being so sweet and supportive and excited alongside us about that. The other thing that was really good for me in terms of just a little bit of self-care, a little bit of easing the anxiety brain was that Adam and I actually had the chance to go on a bit of a date night on Friday night. And what had happened was that there was a particular comedian that Adam a few weeks back had said, oh, I see that like Pete Holmes is going to be at the Improv near us. And he went and looked at tickets and was like, oh no, these are definitely like too expensive. And we already knew it was like, well, that's almost certainly not going to be something we're going to do, but like, why not go ahead and look? And then he had gotten a notification about like a flash sale or something that they were doing where it was like, oh no, these are only going to be $10 tickets now. And I don't know if they just were having trouble selling enough seats, I think. I mean, it wasn't sold out when we went. But for like $10 a ticket, we thought, okay, yeah, we can do that. And Adam's mom came up and watched the kids so we could go. And it was really, really, really fun. It was so much fun. We laughed a lot. And Pete Holmes' humor is... I just click with it really well. He's also got like a young kid now, and so some of his humor and his like bits revolved around like parenthood, and I feel like it's nice when it's something you feel like you can really relate to. And we laughed really hard and had a really good time. So that meant a lot to be able to do because we just, for a ton of different reasons, like we certainly don't go out for date nights much at all anymore, just because like that's not something that's in the budget. We'll watch movies and stuff together at home, but yeah, like going out isn't something we do. So this was a fun little exception. And yeah, if Pete Holmes will be in your area, I highly recommend checking it out if you are someone that likes comedy nights or improv. So now as far as what I've been reading and watching and listening to this week, so the reading bug is still MIA. Maybe the new year will bring it back to me. Instead, I will substitute in for this part what I often do, which is that I have been gaming. I'm really itching to see if I have some time to game tonight. After I finish recording this, we're going to do my Christmas premiere. Adam and I will. At least I'm going to have him join me for part of it. And then if I feel like I have the energy, I want to stay up like just a little bit late to game a little bit more. I've been playing Mass Effect 3. And the end of the game is in sight. It's truly in sight. I'm in the middle of one of the DLC for it. For those of you that are Mass Effect fans, it's a Leviathan DLC. But I forgot how creepy this one is. So at one point, I like made Adam come sit out in the living room with me while I was playing. Because I was like, I forgot how kind of creepy this one can get. So I'm a chicken. Can you come sit with me? So he did. Even though he hasn't even played that DLC yet. I was like, just you can put in headphones, but you being here will help. So, but no, I love that game. It's going to be bittersweet when I finish it again, because it's a replay. It's not the first time I've played it, but, I don't know what I'm going to play afterwards. Maybe hop over to Horizon Zero Dawn. I don't know. I've heard some rumors though, like from a few sources on like sponsored or suggested posts on Facebook, that they officially announced that the next Horizon game is in development, but like it's going to be a couple of years, right? I love that series too. So we'll see, but maybe I'll get to that, go back to that one and do a replay of those. And then what I've been watching this week, Adam and I watched a couple episodes of Star Trek Deep Space Nine together. It was a rewatch. We both watched the show all the way through it. I would call that one of my favorite TV shows. One of the episodes we got to this week was Our Man Bashir, which is a great episode. And Adam's been doing a rewatch alongside rewatch podcast. And so I really enjoy this podcast too. I feel bad. I'm blanking on the name of it. But it's got Matt and another Matt. I don't remember their names. I'm sorry. But I don't remember the name of it. Anyway, so we would like rewatch the episode and then listen to the podcast, and it was fun. So there was that this week. And then what I've been listening to, it's just been Christmas music and enjoying introducing our kids to hopefully fun Christmas music that's going to make them laugh. So any classic Christmas songs that you guys feel like, oh, this was just an absolute staple of my childhood or of your current Christmas music listening, feel free to sound off in the comments, because I want to make sure we're giving our kids plenty of exposure to all the classics. So like Grandma got run over by a reindeer, apparently just leaving Connor in a giggle fit was the best. So yeah, that's my reading and watching and listening to for this week. Now, as far as what I have coming out for videos, like I said, it's going to be a pretty normal upload schedule for me even while I'm out of town. I'm going to have my Christmas premiere go up on Christmas Day, and that is basically going to function like a 1-hour WIP and Chat. So, hey, bonus WIP and Chat this week. Or I don't know if I'm going to have a WIP and Chat going up for you a week from today. It's going to just kind of depend on how all this goes. So that can either be a bonus WIP and Chat, or it might function as a replacement for next week's. We'll see. I also have my mystery box unboxings from Diamond Art Club that I'll probably do as one video and have that possibly go up. And then my year in review may go up next weekend. We shall see. I'm going to try sitting down to film that tomorrow probably, and we'll just see how it comes together. And then I have a couple other things that are pre-recorded go up while I'm out of town, like the Diamond Art Club Advent calendar unboxing and a bit of time lapse and reviews of some of the ones that I completed. So that might be like a Christmas Eve upload. We'll see. But call that perfect timing, you guys. We just finished, placed the last drills on that section. We were at almost exactly the hour mark by my count, so I'm going to call it. But if you made it all the way to the end of this video, why don't you put up, well, anything Christmassy. We might have done this last week. We'll do it again this week because it actually is Christmas week for those of you celebrating. So anything that makes you think of Christmas or the holidays or winter in general, and let me know how you're doing and what you were working on while we chatted today. So thank you for spending some time with me, you guys. And if I don't have a whip and chat for you again next week, and this is the last one of the year, technically, I just want to say thank you for making it a wonderful year here on my channel again. I really appreciate your support so much and hope that you will keep joining me in the new year. I'm hopefully going to have some fun things coming your way that you genuinely enjoy. And yeah, I just appreciate you guys a lot. But that said, I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful holiday season. Again, if you're celebrating, stay safe. And I'm just wishing you all of the bright, happy, and lovely things. So, all right, guys, have a day, a week, and a Christmas that's as wonderful as you are. And I will chat with you in the next one. Bye, guys.